Alright guys, what do you guys? CC Hero here. Welcome back to part 4. And yes, I just got out of the shower because I stink. And so yeah, David is downstairs doing paperwork right now, so yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, there are a lot of really good Bookfield stories. Obviously, you got to do one with me where we sat down with that one family and they got some books. They said, go next door and catch Lisa. And so we went up to go catch Lisa and get out of the car. And there's these dogs circling the car. And we're like, okay, back up. And there's one that's just really wet German Shepherd. He kind of smells really funky. Knock on the door and he just jumps up. And I don't know what he had on. It was like pure black something. And it reeked. It got all over you. And you were wearing a white polo. And that was awful. And then he got all over my leg and it was disgusting. Had to like wash off and change. But no, lots of fun Bookfield. Most of my Bookfield stories are like more like with crazy families, you know. So like this family, they bought books and their daughter is actually, she ended up going to the Olympics, which is cool. I actually made her, I made her take the photo because I was like she was a senior and everything, but she ended up going to the Olympics. It was cool. And then, oh, this family, they have so many kids. We did like a sorority girl pose for their photo. Oh, this was a fun summer. So I was working out in the country, and man, it was my first time in the country. I had no clue what the heck I was doing. But I ended up having a lot of fun with a lot of the animals. A lot of the locals, you know, horses, tractors. I was near a couple lakes, so I went on a couple boats with families. Cow farms, lots of fun stuff. Huge daycare, oh my god, jumping on trampolines with kids, that was fun. Yeah, crazy summer. Oh, holding chickens and roosters and crap like that, working out in the country. The country, some crazy stuff happens. Man, you're never ready for the country. In the city, you can almost predict what's gonna happen, but in the country, it's just a whole nother story. All those kooky people, lots of fun family. Oh, this is a cool grandma. So she bought Southwestern books back in the 70s, then bought them again in the 80s, and then I came around and she's like Southwest books, and I was like, Southwestern, yeah. And she's like, I bought those books so many times. They're so good. Actually, my grandkids live next door. What do they run nowadays? Sat down with me and bought all the books. Really cool lady. Oh my gosh. Okay, super fun story now. The best little girl I've ever met is this little girl right here. Funniest little girl on the planet. Last sit down of the night, I'm sitting down with her parents and her, and she just talks, like doesn't stop. And her parents are like, we think she talks because she likes the sound of her own voice. And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. And then out of nowhere, she just blurts out, she's like,
Mommy has poison ivy.
And Mom's like, oh, I don't have poison ivy. I did a couple weeks ago because we went through it, and like it's gone now. And I'm like, oh no, you're good. And then she goes,
we were walking through a field of poison ivy.
She's like,
my uncle's walking through it. He walked through the whole field of poison ivy, and then he died.
and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And I was looking at them. She goes, why would you say that? She looks at her little girl. She goes, why would you say that? He didn't die. You just saw him last week. She's like,
oh yeah, he didn't die.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard. The dad was laughing. He and I were laughing. The mother was like super red from like embarrassment. And then she was talking about how there was like a snake slithering through the yard and it was a python. And the mom's like, that didn't happen. She's like,
yeah, it did.
She's like, sweetie, do you mean the snake from the zoo yesterday? She's like,
yeah, but I saw him here.
And so this is a crazy little girl. I don't know if she just has an overactive imagination, but the first year was following me, thought she was schizophrenic. Easily my favorite little girl that I've ever met. Freaking crazy as can be. Oh, these are the, ready for this? These are the Shanksters. Their last name is Shankster. So I sat down with Mom. She's like, yeah, we bought those books a few years back. Great books. They like got the kids' books. So then she picked up one SWAD book, and when I came back, the dad was like, well, we're gonna need them all, so we might as well just get them all. So then they got all of them, and Mom was talking about how she's gonna like publish a book about this. crazy lady. So many cool people. Oh, this mom bought some books. Santa brought them the Jungle Gym in the house. That's apparently what happened. Oh, this mom was cool. She was a lot cooler than I thought she was. So I met her. She just bought some books right at the door. She didn't even let me in, as you can tell. But she bought some books for her daughter. And then on Facebook, though, I started getting some bad PR. Like, people were like, it's a scam, blah, 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 stealing children, dogs, cats, the whole 9 yards. And every time somebody would write something bad about me, this mom was on there defending me to the end. Like, saying, I'm pretty sure we got our books, I'm pretty sure he didn't steal anything, I'm pretty sure my kids are still here, and my house is still in order. So, you probably should take that down. So she was a badass, always writing really cool stuff about me. But yeah, it was a crazy... Oh, look. Llamas in the country. You gotta have your alpacas and your llamas in the country whenever you go. It just makes sense. Another mom... Oh! There's a photo of me holding a goat. A freaking derpy goat. With one of my favorite families I've ever met. Now this family, they even added me on Facebook. They like me, like my actual Facebook. They like me so much. Derpy goat, derpy goat. But yeah, it was cool. They're the Weathers family. Super duper cool. Bought a bunch of books. Here, I'll turn it on the side. Isn't that crazy? Look at that dopey goat. Dopey goat. Homeschool mom. They have a goat farm. And that's Pearl, the dopey goat. You can actually look her up on Instagram. She has her own Instagram page. That's Pearly. But yeah, those are probably some of my most fun stories from the book field. Obviously, you always have the kids running around naked and the moms going ballistic, and I think you meet some like really cool families, like this mom, single mom. Her husband had just passed away. She was a nurse, and she just wanted the best for her son, and he's like 3 or 4 in that photo, and so she bought all the kids' books. She's like, we're gonna use them eventually. So such a cool mom. But yeah, the summers are fun. They're definitely a different sort of place, that's for sure. You get to see all the craziness of humanity. So yeah, those are my fun stories from the book field.
Hey guys, my name is Christian Gamble. I'm actually a recent college graduate from Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi, but this summer I'm actually working with a company called Southwestern Advantage as my summer internship. Basically what we do is we serve families with education material. So we sell education material from SAT, ACT prep, all the way to learn to read programs. Our program actually started 160 years ago. Selling Bibles, and so now it's still biblical products as well, but as well as education material. And we're actually going to be working in Monroe County, and so we're wondering if there's anyone, we're seeking advice if there's anyone that can host 4 young college students. We don't party or anything like that. We wake up at 5:59, we're out the house by 6:30. Only take cold showers, and we're not back until 2 o'clock. So we're working 80 plus hours a week. This is kind of more of a leadership program than anything else. So we're wondering if anyone in the community knows anyone that's ever held college students or international students or anything like that. We do pay rent,